day one. And then Edge and Beth Phoenix would come out and challenge Miz and Maurice to a mixed tag team match at the Royal Rumble. I thought Miz was going to be a pussy and say no, but shout out to the Miz, stepped up and said, yeah, we'll do it. So, Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix at the Royal Rumble. Hopefully this is the end of that feud, and Edge can move on to a feud with AJ Styles at WrestleMania. That's what I'm hoping. Speaking of AJ Styles, we would have Omos versus AJ Styles in your next match, and this was an okay match. Every move that AJ Styles hit, Omos was able to counter. Omos still needs a little bit of seasoning. I think they broke them up too soon, but Omos was able to pick up the victory here, and I'll give credit where credit's due to, I believe it was Jimmy, I can never remember his last name, so I'll just call him Jimmy for WWE Raw, was able to basically call it perfectly. He says a hush has come over this arena. The arena was silent. No one was booing. No one was cheering when Omos won. Everybody was just in shock of, okay, this is someone to focus on. Okay. And I was shocked by that. I really was shocked that he picked up the win. After this, we got a little video package for Little Miss Bliss. I've learned my lesson, by the way. And announced that next week, Little Miss Bliss's comeback to Raw will begin. So, I was saddened by this because I thought she would be a great surprise entry in the Royal Rumble. Maybe some new music, but apparently she's debuting a new character, so they want to give the character build before the Royal Rumble. I hope it's a great character. I liked her demonic character. I know I'm in the minority there, but I liked the demonic character. I wasn't a fan of Lily, but I was a fan of the demon character. Because I think WWE needs one of those right now. They need that kind of horror Undertaker character, and they don't have that right now. Really, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of if I'm missing anyone on NXT, on SmackDown, on Raw, but let me know if I'm wrong, but I can't really think of anyone right now. I'm sure there's someone there, and everybody's screaming at the top of their lungs, hey, you're forgetting this guy! But I really can't think of one right now, so I think Little Miss Bliss is perfect to fill that role right now, because she's a great main eventer. There's no question in my mind she's a main eventer, and that's what The Undertaker was in his prime. So Little Miss Bliss is perfect for that role. After this, we got your main event of Bobby Lashley defeating everybody else in a Fatal 4-Way. It was a great Fatal 4-Way. I enjoyed it. Spears through the barricades. You had people going for steel steps. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens teaming up. Big E and Bobby Lashley teaming up. I like that Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins are really becoming a good tag team. And that's something I would actually like to see them do. I would love to see Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens go for tag titles. Because I think that's the only title Kevin Owens hasn't held to be a Grand Slam champion is a tag team title. And it's great to see them come from being the worst of enemies the way they were at WrestleMania 36 build all the way into WrestleMania 36 when they had a great match to now where they are of being great friends. I kind of like it. But Bobby Lashley would hit a spear and would pick up the win. Bobby Lashley is going to fight Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble match, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. What a job by WWE here. I've been looking forward to this match ever since it was rumored. I've been looking forward to this match ever since Bobby Lashley came back to WWE. It's going to be a great match. If he gives it time, if Brock Lesnar gives Bobby Lashley time, then these two powerhouses, these MMA succeeders, because they have succeeded in MMA, they've succeeded in a lot of other sports, could be something great. So, very excited for that match. And that was your Raw review, ladies and gentlemen. So if I had to give a couple grades out, I would give day one probably a B+, not the A grade because of the Madcap Moss and Drew McIntyre match, but definitely a B+. I would give Raw a C plus B minus because of the shitty women's tag team match and just a couple other things. Like, I don't like the. I hope that it's going to be Dewdrop to go on to challenge Becky Lynch, because I don't want them to do the death Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, because I feel those are her challengers for a WrestleMania match. So I feel that it deserves a C plus B minus grade. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to an infamous... We're in Royal Rumble season, so you know for my pay-per-view reviews this month, I will be covering the Royal Rumble. It's what I do every year going into a certain pay-per-view, Royal Rumble. After this, it'll probably be Super Showdown. Then it'll probably be Elimination Chamber. And then we have WrestleMania. So, let's get ready for it with Royal Rumble review of the infamous 2005 Royal Rumble. This is a match. It's a Royal Rumble that will go down in history. And I'll get to that later. It kicked off with a Sunday Night Heat match between Maven and Rhino. Maven would pick up the win in a nice little 7-minute match. After this, we got Edge versus Shawn Michaels in an 18-minute classic, in my opinion. It was a great match. Both men hitting each other with everything they got. The referee going to 10 count, but giving them their room to move in this match, as I'll call it. Everyone was allowed to go outside the ring, fight as hard as they could, do what they wanted to. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that the ref was letting them have their 10 seconds outside the ring and then some. Edge would pick up the win after a roll-up and grabbing the ropes to Shawn Michaels. Very good job by Edge and a very good match. After this, we get a casket match between the Undertaker and Heidenreich. One of Heidenreich's actual hidden gems as a WWE performer. Of course, the Undertaker could get it out of anyone. You could give him a wet blanket and he'll be able to make it a 4-star match. He's that good of a worker. Undertaker would pick up the win after putting Heidenreich in the casket. For those of you who don't know, a casket match ends when you put your opponent in the casket and close the lid. So, Undertaker would pick up the win. He would actually do an interview later on. He would do an interview for WWE Untold, where they would ask him, they go, "You've been in more casket matches than anyone else." And he would just take a drink of whiskey and he'd go, "Oh, you think?" Because he actually did really invent the casket match. In my opinion, he was the innovator of it. So, Undertaker picks up the win. It's hard for him to lose a casket match. Of course, he would lose one later in the year to Randy Orton and Bob Orton in the first ever handicap casket match. After this, we got JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, in a triple threat match for his WWE Championship versus Big Show and Kurt Angle. He would pick up the win here. Big Show and Kurt Angle, he would pick it up over them because he would go on the feud with John Cena later in the year until WrestleMania 21, where John Cena would finally pick up the win and become a WWE champion for the first time, cementing his place at the top of the card and becoming Super Cena. But that's later on. That's down the line from my WrestleMania reviews. Wink, wink. After this, we got a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship with Triple H defending against his former protege and Randy Orton. Randy Orton had won the championship from Chris Benoit. After Chris Benoit had defeated Triple H at WrestleMania, Randy Orton would win it at SummerSlam, and he would become the youngest World Heavyweight Champion ever. So, after this, Triple H would excommunicate him from Evolution. He would give the famous thumbs down to Batista. Batista would then powerbomb Randy Orton and would then signal the destruction of Evolution. Evolution would then implode, and Randy Orton would then go on to feud with Triple H. By the way, something I forgot to mention, that casket match, Kane would also return. It would be kind of a Brothers of Destruction reunion, as Snitsky would come out to help Heidenreich. Kane would come out and help The Undertaker. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, Triple H and Randy Orton always had in-ring classics whenever they fought together over their title. Triple H would retain his title in a 21-minute match. Triple H would then go on to hold on to the title until WrestleMania 21, where he would lose it to the Royal Rumble winner, which I will get to right now. 2005 Royal Rumble. It's a tough one. It kicked off with Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit. Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, two guys who main evented WrestleMania before, now going at each other. Daniel Puder and Hardcore Holly would then enter. Then the Hurricane, Ken Suzuki, and then Edge. And then the eliminations would start happening. You would start getting Eddie Guerrero being thrown out. You would get people like Daniel Puder getting thrown out. Hardcore Holly, the Hurricane. You get Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio would enter the match. Shelton Benjamin, Booker T. This was a very good Royal Rumble for the talent. And then the ending. John Cena comes in at 25. Batista comes in at 28. Ric Flair drew number 30. He'd be eliminated by Edge. And then Edge would be eliminated. It would come down to John Cena and Batista. And this would live on in infamy and botch reels. And it shouldn't have been a botch. Edge would say he saw this and you couldn't have timed it better. Batista goes to eliminate John Cena, and I don't know what happened. I'm guessing John Cena pulled the ropes with him. When you watch it back, that's what I saw. And they both go over the top rope. Edge and John Cena and Batista both go over perfectly. Edge would say it. You couldn't have timed it better. They hit simultaneously. Both hit the ground. And shout out to the referees playing it on perfectly. Of both referees lifting the other guys, lifting Batista's hand. The Raw referee saying Batista won. SmackDown referee saying John Cena won. It was perfect. And then in comes Mr. McMahon. Coming down to the ring with a purpose. Edge would give an interview later on. He would say, Vince McMahon has a power walk already, but this was a Thanos power walk of eating worlds. Vince McMahon was pissed, throws his suit jacket to the ground, and he slides into the ring, goes to stand up, almost falls. Gets back up, falls again. And it wouldn't be revealed till later on that Vince McMahon tore 2 quads. He tore both quads sliding into the ring. Apparently, he tried to walk out under his own power. That's the story Edge told. I don't know if it's true, but bravo to him, man. Vince McMahon. What else do you say about the guy, man? Anyway, so he would order the match to be restarted with the 2 participants, and Batista would throw John Cena over the top rope. Batista would win the Royal Rumble and go on to main event WrestleMania versus Triple H. Very good Royal Rumble, but damn will it live in infamy because of that ending. You cannot mention the Royal Rumble without people thinking 2005 John Cena, Batista. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another title plate review. 1 second while I grab them. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Oh, these are beautiful. So over Christmas, I decided I'm finally going to buy my first real side plates. These side plates are the Undertaker side plates. You can see them on WWE Shop, Amazon, wherever you shop for WWE titles. You can find them. These side plates are beautiful. They got the purple mystique to the Undertaker because that is the color that is now associated with the Undertaker no matter what. They fit into the title beautifully, by the way. I thought, okay, these weren't going to fit in. But nope, they fit in perfectly to the title. Great side plates. Amazing look to them. I mean, dear God, are they beautiful. The gold coming onto them is something I truly love. They have the perfect look, the perfect Taker logo, they really do feel